with, we decided to go ahead and pay this gentleman 40 hours a week.
Well, I would say, it's not council's decision to say whether Marvin, and he didn't have to tell me, he decided to tell me and ask, mention it to me, but he had the right to say, if the workload is down there, we need to have him down there for that amount. He is coming before us now, because yes, it's affected the budget, but he doesn't have to come to council to ask us.
But he's coming post. He's coming, this guy's been working 40 hours now, we need to pay him. And by the way, we're going to have to amend the budget. I think my biggest concern is we don't have the money to pay for a waste thing, but yet we can continue to sink over $100,000 into an event center. And it just doesn't make sense to me to be bleeding like this when there are other things that we could be spending our money on. I guess I want to request, we get quarterly reports from everyone, and they're budget reports. So we have expenditures and we have revenues. And so I did request a December one, and it's not exactly telling of everything. But I think if we don't start looking at this and helping them manage this place, then we are going to continue to have money, because she's already come to us with $3,000 for a show that makes us zero money and entertains a handful of people. So I cannot in my right mind continue to support this without knowing we have a solution for it.
Well, again, I come back, how much do we spend on the park a year? We don't make a dime off the park, other than whatever the LYSA deal is. We didn't particularly make money all the years we had a library there. I mean, you provide, certain things are services, and
I would say the same thing about the library too, but the library did serve a multitude of people, and kids, and you're talking about educating people for the future. So if you want to get into that with an educator, watch out.
Governments do a lot of things that don't make money. I mean, that's just the way.
Okay, I specifically asked months ago, was this something that the city council years ago decided to bite the bullet and realize that we were losing money and it would be okay because it was somewhat a service of approximately 50, maybe to 100 people out of 7,000. And no one gave me an answer. Y'all are just kind of like, no, not really.
I told you, I think I told you then. If I didn't, then no, I do not expect the community center to specifically make money as it is constituted right now. If in the pie in the sky idea that we can ever get a brand new one, I think that's something that maybe could, but no, I don't specifically expect that out of this. And they've tried different things down there as far as different tracks of doing different kinds of shows to try to boost that, but I don't specifically look at that as a way to make money.
We're not saying he's going to be down there 5 days a week already.
Yeah, 40 hours a week, that's a full-time week. Exactly.
You're down a person, if we need the body, I mean, we've already got an opening here. If he could work down there 3 days a week and help you 2 days a week.
So,
but again, we
budgeted for those, and we have an open position.
What is it that he does? Like, what is it that he does?
Marvin,
whatever I tell him to.
Yeah, Marvin.
Is he under public work?
Let Marvin do this, please.
Sorry, y'all.
Go ahead, Marvin.
Hello?
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, y'all. The maintenance, any carpenter work that has to be down there, blasting and busting the floors. We used to have somebody come do that. We don't know more. He does that. The daily operations, when they have things going on during the day there, he sets up the chairs, puts them up, makes them ready, and then he makes ready for the event. There's definitely a lot that he does do.
And again, we had Chance. Chance wasn't doing anything else for public works, right?
No.
He was dedicated down there. A million years ago, we had LC down there. He wasn't doing anything for public works. So this is not a new thing. Honestly, the attempt to pull back to 24 because it fit what he thought were Social Security limitations. I mean, that was an attempt to pull back, but he's got the ability to do it. So again, we've never anything that doesn't get done, we're either gonna have to outsource and figure out a way to pay for it, or we're just gonna have to ask Gordon's guys to get down there.
That's why
Let me jump in. For many years, multiple years, it was budgeted for the person to be working in Public Works as well. Whether or not they did or not, I don't know that they did, but that was the way the budget was.
Yeah.
And my recollection is at some point, Marlon or someone was saying, well, he's never available to do anything, and that's when things changed. But it seems like what happened was, we hired this guy, and it was okay, and then he saw he could work more, so now he wants to work more. And the lever, or the thing that changed, seemed to be his ability to work more, and then that's when, all this started happening.
Well, but again, even though it was funded out of Public Works, it traditionally was a dedicated community center person. So I think the 24 was because they felt like they had an ideal person, and they thought he had that limitation anyway.
For at least December, their report shows no renewals.
Exactly.
Which surprises me, because...
Well, I've seen it open a few times.
And you see cars there, but it seems like December would be the time it would be rented the most, right, for different things.
Or June.
So, I know there's activity, there's planned, I'm not dismissing that, but we talked about its daily use. Well, it doesn't have daily use.
No, it doesn't.
It has 3 days of use, right, 3 days.
Well, it's
That's why I'm
open
asking.
from 10 to 2.
You say it's
Got
open to
2 hours before, if he gets there, and works 8 to 5, those 3 days, you got a couple hours before they open, and 2 or 3 hours after they close, to clean up and set up or whatever, for those, during that time. It seems to me that's enough time.
I
Even
agree,
one person.
and the biggest complaint is, people dealing with the cleanup and the hassle it becomes. And so if the people that rent it are responsible for cleaning it up, that minimizes his job. I do not see, I cannot fathom a full-time employee for this, but in the name of keeping him employed, if that's what he wants, and in the name of needing things everywhere else, I don't understand, and this came up in the Parks and Boards meeting the other night, why could his services not be used with some other Parks and Board things? So, especially in the spring, when everything is growing so fast, and our highways never look that great, if the city works gentleman could be working on the main parks, and he maintains some of these garden areas and parks, then, to me, that balances out his job, and it keeps others focused in certain areas. I think we could definitely be more efficient with the way we're running the place. And to me, when you get past $10,000, $20,000, then that gets in. To me, that's a lot of money. And I know it's not a lot in comparison to millions when you're dealing with city budgets, but we're up to 100,000. So when do we stop the bleed?
Well, Marvin has brought us a plan that gets us with what we did last year and with the tax rate and the budget that gets us back in the black by, what was it, 3 years, Marvin?
Yeah.
But that was without this.
Yeah. It seems like there's always something that we're adding, though.
And so now we're going to amend the budget for approximately $18,000 to $20,000. She's already asked us for $3,000 for one thing, and that was minimum. She wanted it for more.
But that was out of donations, right?
No, she asked it out of the general funds.
Okay.
We gave her what she asked out of donations for the volunteer luncheon. I don't know.
Go ahead, Marvin.
I think that came out of the donation fund. We didn't add it to the
That's my
regular
recollection.
salary.
Right,
We
the
just
luncheon.
did $1,000.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. But Marvin, this 18, how much of this is money that's already spent?
How much of what?
This 18, it's not necessarily, some of this money's already been spent, right?
Now, some of it has, that's the part-time part, that's what we're working off of.
No, well, I know, so to the point here, if you would need so much money to cover what you've already done, regardless of what we do moving forward, right? Like, if he was cut back to 3 days, currently he's not at 3 days,